Hello, I'm Emily Watts, Domiciliary Care Policy Lead at QCS. As we approach our second winter living with COVID-19, it's important to look ahead, plan and ensure that key workforce preparations are in place. With this in mind, the Staff Retention Policy and Procedure is this month's Policy of the Month. Ensuring that you have sufficient staffing levels is paramount to the effective running of a service and allows you to provide continuity of care for your service users. This policy looks at how to retain the required staffing levels needed for an effective service and the fundamental elements that will help you to keep staff. These include effective rota systems, learning and development, and managing absences. A link to key policies that support staff retention is also available in the Forms section of this policy. Alongside this policy, we also undertook a webinar over the last month with our HR specialist NatFans on right to work checks. This focused on the right to work checks process and the recent changes that have taken place. Where you might be sponsoring workers from abroad, the webinar also looked at skilled worker sponsor licence and what you need to do. We have also continued to see over the last month more developments relating to COVID-19 across all regions of the UK, and as a result have continued to update our policies and resources to reflect any changes that might have occurred. In particular, the ending of the furlough or coronavirus job retention scheme on the 30th of September took place across the UK. As a result of this, the furlough policy and procedure has now been archived from the QCS management system and reference to the scheme updated where required in other policies and procedures. The introduction of booster vaccinations has also been rolled out over recent weeks to those people meeting the eligibility criteria. The vaccination and immunisation policies and procedures for both staff and service users have been updated with reference to this next stage of the COVID-19 vaccination programme. In addition, we have added a new generic consent form to the system that can be used to gain consent for the booster vaccinations where this is required. The consent form can be found in the Consent to Examination and Treatment Policy and Procedure and can also be used in any eventuality where consent is needed. As always, we will of course continue to update our resources and policies as guidelines change across all regions in relation to COVID-19. Some further content highlights from this month include our suite of COVID-19 audits continue to be updated as and when changes occur. In particular, over the last month, the following audits have been updated: COVID-19 testing audit, COVID-19 visiting process audit, COVID-19 office environment audit, and the COVID-19 infection control visitor audit, so please take a look at these on the system. As fuel shortages hit the headlines in October, we produced a top-tip guide to support services during these unprecedented times. The guide focuses on key things to consider during the shortages, specifically in relation to key areas such as business planning, staff and service users, so please take a look. Following customer feedback, we have also introducing over the next few months easy read service user guide documents to the resource centre, so please look out for these. The documents will be adaptable to allow you to tailor them to your individual service and will meet people's accessibility needs. That is all for this month's highlights. Please keep logging onto your system for updates and please let us know what you think of any of our content via our Facebook groups.